in. Let me just make sure everything's the way it should be. And how's it going? Okay. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit behind. A boomerang. Okay, let's go here. Go here. There's everybody. How's it going? All right, give me a second. Whew, I gotta take my slippers off now because I'm having a hot flash. Yeah, I took a tramadol night before last, and it takes like 24 to 36 hours of hot flashes later. How's it going? All right, let me knock out the participants here. One day at a time. Seashell, Carol McKinney, Faye Z, Ginger Gargoyle, Jean Phillips, Kel Storm, Kristen Neese, Lee McLeod Lazarick, Lynn Marie, Mookie Girl, Pamela Nelson, Patricia Furby, and Sue Bass and Samoa. All right, let me pop my chat out. I burn my tongue. And make sure you're on live chat, not top chat. How's everybody doing? Nan and I just finished baking the whipped shortbread. I'm learning something, folks. I'm learning that my husband loves it when I start baking in November. Why? Because he gets to eat all of November and December, all the goodies, and I have to keep baking them. No. Remember my rustic fruit cake? It's in the freezer. And I got a whole tin of whipped shortbread going in the freezer and a little plate staying out for us for supper tonight. Hey, Tina Castles, how's it going? Ann Lewis, Kimberly Russman, are you new, Kimberly? Hello. Elizabeth Cagley, how's it going? Okay, hang on. A boom my tongue. Haley McLeod, how's it going? Now, folks, you got to tell me if I'm yelling, okay? Because somebody says, notice that, asked me, am I losing my hearing because I'm screaming? Am I screaming? Because I can't tell. I honestly can't. My ear, I am losing my hearing, and it doesn't mean I can't hear. It means I hear too much. I got high-pitched squealing going on in my ears all the time. Picture your squealing breaks and then knock it up about 6 octaves. That's what's in the back of my hearing at all times. And if I'm in an echoing space, it's even 100 times worse. So yeah, I'm losing my hearing. My hubs doesn't really like sweets. I have the opposite problem. No one to bake for. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, it could be worse then, right? Just made cookies, no bake peanut butter, and some peppermint bark. Sounds lovely. Well, it's when I go, hey, everybody, or I laugh, or maybe it was my tea break. Maybe it was my tea break. I don't know. Hang on. I got this thing going around my face. There we go. Now I can pause it. Oh, now I got to restore chat and pop it back out again. So yeah, I just made a double batch of whipped shortbread, and there's a tin going in the freezer. We're gonna have a little plate for supper tonight, and then I'm going to put some away for him to take into work. I still have other things to do. So far, all I've got is fruitcake and shortbread. You know why? Because the pound cake got eaten. Thank you, one day at a time. My hubby has the same issue from a fall he took. Tinnitus. It's horrid. Yeah, it is. Steven! I have to roll. You got me like a Pavlovian dog, Steven. Hi, Joe Mama. Paula in Canada. Jean Phillips. If I repeat your name, it's just because I'm trying to make sure everybody is in the loop. Let me turn on a light. Sorry, folks. I do have to roll. So after this, hi, Patricia. Here's Johnny Carson. We may get some snow tomorrow. Well, we got a little bit last night, like a dusting. After everything melted, now we got a dusting, which is fine with me. Sorry. So here's what's going on. When we were coming home, child-proof marijuana things. We were coming home from picking Nan up, and we saw this. Is Cindy Howard here? She had posted some pictures on the Connected Hearts Facebook page of this thing, and it's a campground that for the last 5 years, it's out on the other side of Ottawa, but it's a campground where you go and they have you drive through it. It's like $35 a carload or something if you show up on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And it's less if you show up during the week. But if you order tickets online, it's only $22 a carload, right? Over at a friend, say hi to Biggs, please. Biggs! You know we have a restaurant here called Biggs? And Arthur's younger brother from his bio dad's part of the family, Noah, used to always, or was it Wyatt? Wyatt used to always his nickname was Biggs. His nickname was Biggs because he always wanted everything big. So the first time we took Arthur to the Biggs restaurant in Ottawa, he said, "Oh man, I got to bring my brother here," right? Biggs. So thank you for the chuckle. Let me get rolling here, or Stephen's going to be snapping his fingers about me not, having break time and stuff. I'm like, hey, Yoshi, how's it going? Marcus Moss, Lena K. Was that big enough for you, Biggs? So, anyway, they have this campground. And when we were coming home, like I knew Cindy Howard had told me something about it. Hey, Skippy Jones. And so when we were coming home, we saw it. And the cars were lined up, probably a half a kilometer in either direction on the back road, right? Just to get in. You get in, you drive through, see all the lights, and you go home. So we want to do that. It would be, then after we do that, we can take Mom down through the downtown area and show like the Parliament buildings and all the trees and stuff. Hey, Sherry Leach, Marcy Chain. I thought Mrs. V was taking a break from making videos. No notifications, not subscribed. YouTube has been dropping my subscriptions to half my favorite channels. You know why? Because you have to ring the bell to say you want to be notified. And if you don't ring the bell and you go a week without looking at some of your favorite channels, they'll drop you right off the subscription list. So, subscribe, hit the little gray bell, make that sucker ring. All right, give me a second here, folks. And for those folks who say, don't you, find time to medicate off camera? No, I don't have time. Well, I will after supper. But this is my first, okay, I had a half of one, but this is my first one of the day because my work is just about done. Supper is in the crock. The last batch, the last sheet of cookies is cooling on the table. It will be hidden from Howard before he gets home from work. Or he'll expect me to make more because he'll eat them all. All right, give me a second here, folks. Canning today. Hit the freezers. Good lad. Why? Are you getting more? More orders? Excuse me, folks. That's Howie. I'll be right back. You're going to buffer, but I will be back. Okay, I'm back. How's it going? Sorry about that. I called Howie at 3:15, thinking I would hit his break time, but apparently I did not. A stern room, okay. 99 cups of eggnog. Holy crap. Everyone watching for my spin bike. Really? Need to get back in shape. Hell, I don't have ever been in shape. Unless you call she's a brick house when I was 19. 18, 19, I was a brick house. But you know what? It all went south on me. Hey, Hey, Treasures in Kentucky, Faisy, Granny Frammy. Hey, Andrew, how are you? I bet you it's cold. Howie's trying to show me up. I still have the electrical on my island. And he doesn't leave me kindling for morning. But he makes it so that I have to wait for him to come home to light a fire because I can't get the kindling because it means chopping, and I'm not really good at that right now. I can, but it's painful. So then he comes home and I say, light a fire, and he gets this great big roaring thing going, and then he shuts it down, and then Mom and I are gasping for air at 1 a.m. So I have to let it go out. And then he leaves me with that kindling. Ideally, I light the fire in the morning when I get up. And I get it going so that I only have to add a log just to keep it going. It doesn't have to be friggin' roaring. This house is well insulated. It goes south in everyone. Yeah, gravity's a bitch. And she's no friend of mine. Okay, give me a second here, folks. Hey, Camille, how's it going? Brigitte Frico, how are you, my love? Oh, okay, it's now time to put this on Do Not Disturb. That's why I didn't have it on Do Not Disturb, because I had a feeling he was going to phone. And I wanted to tell him, don't forget the mail. You know why? Because... hang on, I don't want to smoke my turbine pin. Because normally he only checks the mail Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because we usually don't get mail on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I keep telling him how it's Christmas. It's like happy birthday to my Aunt Toots. God rest your soul in heaven, Aunt Toots. It was a thing in our family, and because all of my family comes from my mother's side, right? The only people that are related to my father by blood are my siblings. Okay. But we all lived on the same street that my mother grew up on and around the corner from where my dad grew up. So they had a thing because my Aunt Toots, there's 13 kids in that family somewhere thereabouts. I don't know how many all of them lived at the same time, but Aunt Toots' birthday was on the 15th of December, so they made a rule, no putting up the tree until after the 15th. And so we would always put it up around the 15th, right? But then Mary Jane says, you can't put up your tree, it's not the 15th. I said, Mary Jane, none of that family exists for us anymore. Nobody knows why we had that tradition except you and me. Because Aunt Toots was Mary Jane's mom. Jason had a seizure earlier. What the hell is going on? Oh, I'm bogan again. Yeah, I hear it. What's going on with Jason? Like, I know he wasn't well and he was in the hospital, but what's going on? I got a little email from Dallas. She's doing okay, but we're going to continue to pester her. Fury! We're going to pester her to go to the doctor. How are you, Patricia? Did you have PT today? Bev, how is Dallas? I've been thinking about her. You said she was not feeling well. She had a seizure, a really bad seizure. And she fell out of bed, and she's all banged up and bruised, and where her arm is cut. Like, honey, it doesn't take much. It's like my mother-in-law. It's like Leona. Gracie got excited and batted her with her paw when she was jumping on the couch, and cut a slice right across my mother-in-law's wrist and bruised it all, just from that, right? So I get where Dallas is coming on about how fragile her skin and it. She just bumps into a wall or something, and she's black and blue, right? She better go. So what's going on? He had them since so how's he doing though? Has he been to the doctor and had it checked out, made sure things are just the same as normal, or what? I highly encourage her to see a doctor. Her arm looks terrible. It looks bloody infected is what it looks. So if you're watching, Dallas, go to the doctor. Yes. Oh my goodness. I haven't even lit it. My goodness, Stephen, I couldn't medicate without you. Seriously. No, Stephen, you haven't. You're absolutely correct, Stephen. Yeah, it's like tissue paper. You ran out today. How? How is that even possible, darling? How is that even possible? My mom's skin got that same way from her meds, and infections were horrid to her system too. Well, mom's diabetic too, eh? Absolutely. We're going to keep after her. He scraped his head. Oh, the baby. I'm medicating with you, Bev. Callie on the go here. I'm still with my blueberry, but you know what I did? I ordered some tea, some mushroom tea, and some hot chocolate as well, because I got all the medication I need for that. But if anybody was up with us on Freaky Friday, when I would do like a half a gram or a quarter gram of mushrooms with a joint for an hour to 2 hours, I was completely pain-free. Green. Does anybody get me on that? Green pain-free. Now I know everybody's like, right? But no, it's still an organic medication, right? Now, that's not to say if somebody brought me some syrup of the poppy, would I try it? Absolutely not. Why? Because that's heroin, morphine kind of stuff, and it would kill me. I would be allergic to it. Blueberry muffin. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I gave birth to my daughter on mushroom tea. Interesting. Really? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Robin Rose. Happy birthday to you, and many more. His lips turned white and his mouth foamed. He refused to go to the hospital. He's asleep now. Next time he has a seizure and you see blue lips, you phone 911 or whatever, 1111 or whatever it is over in Great Britain. I occasionally microdose with mushrooms for pain and depression when I can get them. Are you Canadian, Suzette? Now, they say this infused tea and hot chocolate mix is a whole gram, so I may only make a half a one. It works. It works. I mean, people got to look at it like they do with marijuana nowadays. You're not taking it to get all screwed up. You're helping with your pain. And because Howie was like, oh, yeah, okay, but you got to do it with me because, and he seemed really freaked out that I was going to try them because, well, I have mood disorder issues, right? So he was kind of really paranoid. So I thought, I'm not doing this around him. He'll have me all flipped out. So I waited till we were at the races. He was out racing and I was doing a Freaky Friday from the coach. And I took my first quarter gram of mushrooms. And it was amazing. Not because I got high. Quarter gram, not going to do nothing. All it did was facilitate my body relaxing with the pot. And I went pain-free for 2 hours. It's, if I was Canada, Washington or Oregon, I would use every day. Yeah, I have COPD. It really works. Oh, awesome. No, this is from a Canadian company. I think they're kind of just slipping it in under the wire because with all the organic meds, right? Microdose can help with mental health. I heard somewhere, so don't just take my word for it. Okay. No, and don't just thank you, Cal. Don't take my word for it. Everybody's different. If you have anxiety, okay, don't take mushrooms and smoke a sativa because you just might flip out, right? So, I mean, I was really careful. So now I think I'm ready for a full gram. But you got to be careful you don't do it too often either, because it can stay in your system a really long time. And then all the little bits that got left behind can actually come together and go, hey, you're tripping on a day when you didn't actually take it. So you got to be, it's one of those things, it's like a once a month thing for me. It's Oregon. Why, did I say Oregon? Oregon! No, it's Oregon. I know. I'm Canadian. You got to remember I'm Canadian. I'm going to say, I say things differently every time I speak. One day I'll call it a pecan. One day I'll call it a pecan. One day I'll say process. Another day I'll say process. You guys got me so screwed up that nobody knows where I'm from unless I tell you. Suburban Hillbilly got bad news and fabulous news. Okay. Where is Suburban Hillbilly? What's the news? It was about the baked goods. Oh, banana bread. I don't have a Canadian accent. Hello? I sound like y'all. Right? Just because I say round about the house and you guys go round about house. I don't know how you say it, house. Right? Because I say round about the house. Everybody goes, you got an accent. No, I don't. My grandpa would say, Ori hasn't gone anywhere. Yes, you do, eh? Cracks me up when you say basil. Why? Basil, that's another thing I pronounce whenever I'm in the mood. It depends. You so have a Canadian accent. My Grace quilt frame split. What did you do? Like crank it way too tight? You gotta give it some give, baby. I survived the cooking making yesterday, but hubby helped. Supervised. Hubby says coffee, and I say coffee. And I say coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I don't have a Canadian accent. There's no such thing as a Canadian accent. Ori hasn't gone anywhere. I'll remember that one. My favorite is when you say knob. Why? Like knob of butter? Why? You're just a great non-Canadian Canadian. I'm not saying I don't want to be Canadian. I'm just saying I don't have a Canadian accent. You say potato, I say potato. Well, that's actually not, if you went to Britain, they wouldn't say potato. They would say potato. It's only tomato and tomato that are different. And I say tomato sometimes. All it takes is a boat. Come on over. Grew up in Minnesota. When I get pissed, it either comes out Spyhern or English. No idea why. I don't even know what Spyhern is. I agree, Bev. We Canadians don't have an accent. Hell no, we don't. Right? I mean, I used to have an accent. I had an Apsley accent. I remember walking into my sister's in downtown, in the Bain Co-op of Toronto. It's in between Broadview and Withrow on a place called 100 Bain. And I was 15 and I took the bus down all by myself and I got in a cab and I missed her address. Right? And so I got to 100 Bain and I asked somebody in the street, I said, where's 100 Bain? They said, you're standing on it. I said, no, my sister lives here. And he said, well, what? what section does she live in? I said, I didn't know there's a section. And he looked at me and he said, come with me. This is just a young kid, a teenager like my age. He said, try that door right there. Now, I'm going to tell you, there were hundreds of apartments. Okay, these are big 3-story homes that have been hacked up into flats. And I walked right up the stairs and I knocked on the door. And sure enough, it was my sister's. Apparently, we look a lot alike. And they recognized the family. But I walked into my sister's and said, say good day now. How's it going? Right? And she said, Jesus, you're like a breath of absolute air. I said, oh, don't be silly, old bag of dirt. So, I have a true Wisconsinite accent that also includes Mr. Biggs. Well, Mr. Biggs. Hey, when you're that big, they call you Mister. Oh, now, don't be proving anything. I don't want pictures. Trust me. For certain words, we do. Suburban. What happened? Someone said that you had some good news and some bad news. What's going on, Bourbon? Please tell me. Then I married a New Yorker. What an accent they have. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Have you ever tried Irish tea? Absolutely. Briar gets me Irish organic from, is it Twinnings? It's really good. I like any kind of organic breakfast tea. I'm not huge on herbal teas and flavored teas except for the multi-biscuit tea. But I really like I like Taylor's of Harrogate, English breakfast tea, Scottish breakfast tea, Irish breakfast tea. I love it. So yes, lion or berries? Lions or berries? I don't know. Why do we say bin for bean, yet say seen for seen and not sin? I don't say bin. Well, I do probably say bin. But when I'm talking, I'll say, have you ever been to, yeah, it comes out bin, doesn't it? But it means bean. Have you ever been? We don't like hard sounds. Daughter loves Irish breakfast tea. Hubby likes Earl Grey. I don't like Earl Grey. I don't like Earl Grey. I don't like the bergamot. I don't. And I even hate it now because Howie brought it to me in an airport. And he put sugar and milk in it. You don't put sugar and milk or milk in an Earl Grey tea. You put sugar and lemon, no milk. And when he brought it to me, I almost spit it at the person across the waiting area from me. Love any kind of orange pico spice tea. I'm not any. I hear King Cole orange pico's pretty good, and I saw some in the IGA. We say Ben for bean. My favorite is Lion's Irish tea. It has the best taste to me. I like the new toast and jam Yorkshire tea. Andrew, stop teasing me. I gave my last Amazon card to Briar. Shh. I put it in the mug with the pig's butt that says Kiss 2020 goodbye. It says 2020, and then there's a pig's butt with a fart coming out and a pair of lips on it. That's my funny way of saying kiss my ass goodbye 2020. Need to run. Talk to you later. Check your messenger. Okay, sweetheart. Take care, Mr. Big. Hi, Janet from New Zealand. Bye, Steve. There you go, Mr. Biggs. Bev, have you ever thought about doing a meet and greet with your viewers? What do you mean a meet and greet? You mean I've done a meetup? We had one in Michigan when Howie had school in Michigan and we drove down. And I said, I put it out on Facebook. I said, I'm going to be at this spot in Michigan, at this town in Michigan for one day. Anybody want to meet for coffee? And then it just blew out of proportion. There was like 30 people. And God bless Kathy Jo Tortois. She opened up the dining room in the morning and she put on pizzas and salads and soft drinks and tea and coffee, all free of charge. God love her. And then I signed a wine bottle and she put it on the wall. Oh, did I miss it again? Okay, Bourbon, back up, Bourbon. My son passed the bar exam. That's amazing. Oh, that's wonderful. A lawyer in the family. Woohoo! Okay, so what's the bad news? Should I be looking for that? It sounds delightful. Yorkshire is a brand of tea put out by Taylors of Harrogate, right? Or Harrogate. How do I say it, Andrew? Is it Taylors of Harrogate or Taylors of Harrogate? And they put out like a orange Pico, and it has a big red stripe, and then they put out, and it's called Yorkshire. It's just Yorkshire tea, orange Pico. Then there's Yorkshire Gold, which is a delicious black tea. Then I got turned on to this called multi-biscuit tea. And I kid you not. Now, I don't take sugar and milk, or I take milk but no sugar in my tea. But with the multi-biscuit, you got to put sugar in it. You know why? Because if you're gluten intolerant and you put lots of milk, a little bit of cream, and some sugar in that tea, it tastes like you're dunking social tea cookies into it and then sucking on them. It tastes exactly like a social tea biscuit that has been dunked in tea. We are sad that Blue Ribbon tea from Winnipeg is no longer made. Oh, have you ever thought about? Okay, what's the sad news? Hey, Della. Harrogate. Okay, Harrogate. I said it right, right? So I gotta keep my eye on the clock because I gotta get the shortbread in the freezer before Howie comes home. I live in upstate New York, and the accent is downstate in the city, not the country. Her frame split. Okay, I'm missing something. Harrogate. No, it's Harrogate. It's pronounced Harrogate. So we passed the bar exam. What else? Someone said you got good news and bad news. Don't change how you speak. I love it. Oh, well, thank you, darling. I would love to meet Mrs. Wolfe in person. Let us know when you do another one. Well, next year I know for sure that we're going to probably find one in Tennessee because Howie wants to go to the Bristol races in 2022 for the weekend or whatever it is. And then we're going to go more towards Nashville and I'm going to look for one, a campground that has full hookup and a pool. And then we're going to hang out in Nashville for a week and then come home. Like we're going to rent a car. And wherever we camp, we're just going to take the race car with us because we're going to be bringing it home. And then we'll rent a car for while we're there for the week. Oh, right. The quilt frame split. Right. Oh, honey. Can you not glue it and C-clamp it? Like, how bad is the split? I'm Oneida County. I'm a Southerner. Oh, that's what it was. The quilt frame. Harrogate. Okay. No Suburban. Can hubby fix it? Okay. Billy Buckland. I just heard there was a bomb threat at McDonald's earlier. We need to pray and share love. There's a lot of negative energy out there. Where are you, Billy? Like, where are you? And by the way, supper's in the Crockett's goulash. I took a jar of my home vegetable spaghetti sauce, a jar of ground meat, and a can of tomatoes. And then I parboiled some macaroni and then threw it all in. Whose doctor visit? Yar, Sharon! Bev, I wanted to thank you for showing me how to darn socks and mend a sheet. I got a screaming deal on sheets because it had an L-shaped tear and I grabbed them up. Oh, one of them, like the one sheet had an L-shaped tear in the set. Oh, that's awesome. West Virginia. Now, why, Billy, did I think you guys were in the UK? Well, you're more than welcome, Avonlea Ann. That's wonderful. Do you know how long it took me to learn how to say Avonlea instead of Avonlea? The first couple of books drove people nuts because I called it Avonlea. Well, you're more than welcome, darling. You're more than welcome. I'm really glad. You know what? I look at it this way. You know, everyone says, oh, it's always going to be there. No, everybody wants newer, faster, better videos. And I may remake some, and I have remade a lot of them. But the truth is, this is my own little slice of immortality, should I ever have grandchildren, you know? So that when I die, my family or the people that love me can come back and say, hi, how are you? So if you're watching this in the future and I'm dead, then hi, how are you? Because I don't honestly think I'm really going anywhere very far. Hey, Julie Aston, how's it going? I use honey in my tea. Well, that works with the multi-biscuit tea too, right? Your family's from the UK. Okay. Bev, what did you think of the new Plastic Hearts album? It's my favorite of the year. What Plastic Hearts album? Oh, what you talking about? Is this a dementia moment? Am I supposed to know what that means? Hi, I'm in the UK, Bev. I'm in Somerset. I think my grandmother was from around that area. And have what we call in these parts a carrot cruncher accent. You are. Maniac, how are you? We haven't seen you in a dog's age. I've enjoyed all your old vids as they are so helpful. In fact, at dark 30 this morning, we call that crack a stupid. I learned how to make baking powder. Very cool. And you can do it without aluminum. My little Sarah loves your little Santa hat. I like it too. I was, when we were doing the tree, Mom went, oh, you didn't put your Santa hat on. And I said, pretty sure nobody's going to notice, Mom, when we were done. Did you like the tree decorating video? That tree was a culmination of like a week of work. Going and getting it, letting it sit outside, then bringing it in, letting it fall, putting the lights on, then waiting for Nan and putting the decorations on. It was like, talk about stretching it out. Oh, the Isle of Wight. That's off of England, right? Or is that off of Wales? Because Howie, Mom, your dad came over on the orphan ships from Wales, right? Now, unfortunately, he never wanted to speak about it. So Mom has no idea other than that he came over on the orphan ships from Wales. So, and then his father's side of the family is, goes all the way back to Waterford, Ireland. And then there's that 6% Scandinavian. Why? 'Cause we're Vikings! Hurrah! I'm a Viking. I knew there was a reason I could throw axes. Oh, well, thank you. Isle of Wight is off south UK coast. Okay. I knew it was off the UK coast. They came over on the Mayflower. Who did? I'm from Wales, Bev. Are you, Linda Stuck? Well, that's where the name Stuck comes from then, I bet. Oh, I'm glad, Anne. I'm glad. So my dad's parents came over in 1919, 1920 from Aberdeen, Scotland. Aberdeenshire, Scotland. My mom's family? God, I have no idea. Okay? The maiden name is like some say, oh, it means this and it's from Scotland. Oh, no, it means this. It's from England. And my brother dug really far and he goes, no, it's actually Italian. If you go back far enough, it's Italian. Well, if you take mine and Howie's bloodlines back far enough, We both are Viking. So there you go. My grandspeople from the Isle of Wight. Dehydrating apples today. Been watching your videos on dehydrating. Thank you. Very informative. Well, I always thought I was Scottish, Avonlea Ann. I always associated myself with Scots. But there's British, mostly British on my mother's side. Like if on my dad's side, my grandparents came from Scotland. Okay. But these guys on my mom's side, it goes back to Pennsylvania Dutch and British, a little bit of native. But when my brother Bill did his, he said, "What's this 6% European?" I said, "Billy, it's Viking." Right? Think about it. Where did the Scots and Irish get their attitude? Vikings. Where do you think the berserkers came from? They say William Wallace was a berserker. Okay? No, not Mel Gibson. William Wallace. They say he was a berserker. Do you know where berserkers come from? Scotland. They're Vikings. My grandfather's great-great-grandfather came over from Ireland selling Irish lace. Oh, Irish lace. My grandfather was born in 1893. Wow. The ferry port on the Isle of Wight is called Ryde, hence the Beatles song, "I've Got a Ticket to Ride." She's got a ticket to ride, and she don't care. Down, da, da, dum, down, da, dum, da, da, dum, dum. Think I'm a Beatles fan? Your temper is very Scot. Well, the only shame to my bloodline is that I can't handle liquor, can't handle alcohol, and neither can Howie. We are allergic. Hey, Corey C. I have no idea of my origins, just a mix of Ohio, Buckeye, and hillbilly. Well, if you think about it, Scots and Irish were mostly hillbillies before it was a term. And if you think about it, when the Scots landed in the USA, where did they settle? In the hills of Kentucky and West Virginia and all those places, North Carolina and all that stuff. Why? Because it reminded them of home. So consequently, the original hillbillies were Scotsmen that came over. I'm telling you, it's in my blood. I am a Viking hillbilly. I don't think I have any Irish. Melungeon. It's like Slumgullion, but with genetics, right? What's your favorite films? Okay, give me a genre first, because I got a lot of favorite films. I've got my favorite holiday film is believe it or not, is 29th Street with Danny Aiello and what's his face from, he played the president in the first Independence Day. My dad, a Walton, claims he came over on the Mayflower. Yes, there's a lot of names like Flanagan in my history. Well, there you go. Sue Bass has to reboot. Okay, thank you, Furby. Of course, anywhere there's hills, you're going to find Scots blood and Irish blood. I'm going to guarantee just about. Okay, I read a book called Christie, and no, not the series. Maybe I should read it for the reading channel sometime, because it tells you the history of how hill folk and, how the mountain folk came to be in the hills of Kentucky and Ohio and West Virginia and all that stuff. Die Hard. Bev, will you be reading A Christmas Carol, my favorite story? And if you will, I'll be listening too. I'm absolutely. My mom's side Welsh, my dad's side English, Irish, hence my red hair. Wow. I'm going to be reading A Christmas Carol. I still can't find the book, but I do have it on Kindle on the 20th, which is a Sunday. 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. There are 4 chapters to this story. And so I'm going to be reading it on the 19th, 20th, 21st, 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd I think it's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. those evenings. Or is it going to be 7 p.m.? I can't remember. It's called Scrooge with Albert Finney. Oh, God, that's even... mine was A Christmas Carol with Alistair Sims. Now, I like the one with Albert Finney, right? Because there's some added parts to the story that you don't see in the other ones. But mine was always the one with Alistair Sim. If I were a rich man, dum, all day long I'd biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Of course I love Fiddler on the Roof. Are you kidding me? That's a classic. Gracie, shut up. Shut up. It's almost time for Daddy to come home. I should get off here. Gracie, come and get your treat. Come here. I thumped the floor so she thinks it's the door. Mr. Magoo version. I did the same as you did. Yeah, you set me off. Come here. You want a treat? Come here. Stop your barking. Take it. Anyway, folks. It's a movie you have to watch if I find it that it is on. I'm pretty sure. What is it, Donna? Oh, the Mr. Magoo version. Hello, Bev and Connected Hearts. Hey, Bella, how's it going? And you're just coming in as I'm getting ready to leave, sweetheart. What's the newer Christmas movie with Sam Elliott playing the single dad? Prancer. Isn't that, Mom? Prancer with Sam Elliott? I think that it's not that new. My favorite is Wonder of Wonders, Miracle of Miracles. Oh, the song. Wonders of Wonders, Miracle of Miracle. I hate that song. Go hide your cookies, Bev. Okay. And that girl is all grown up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where is Prancer streaming? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm just learning. I just got the Global TV app so I could watch the rest of my Vikings. And they put commercials in it. My favorites are all off Plastic Hearts. I have no idea what that is. Yes, it is Prancer. Newer than Fiddler. I'm obsessed. So anyway. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I'll sing for you one day soon. All right? For all those who care to, please help me close with a little bit of spiritual nourishment so I can go hide the shortbread and dish up dinner. Oh, I got to hide the shortbread and have a shower, then dish up dinner. Why do I hate it? Because I found the Taylor wimpy. And I didn't think it was worth... I don't know. It was too schmaltzy for me, too show. Like, do you love me? You're a fool. I know, but do you love me? And then there's little bird, little holler. I don't understand what's happening today. Everything is all a blur. Oh, God, I love that movie. But, I have lots of wonderful movies. I love so many movies. Going My Way with Bing Crosby is a pre-holiday, like a holiday prequel. And, okay, yes, let's take a deep breath. Yeah, but only the first 3 seasons are on Netflix. I'm currently watching season 4 on the Global TV app. All right, listen, everybody. Nice deep breath. Hey, God, it's us. And I no doubt many people are going to call you different names or have different names for what they want to share, and that's fine. But we all come together, God, and we link our hearts and we link our hands and we shine as hard as we can so that we can shed some light in the darkness of this world. Because there's always going to be darkness. For without darkness, we could have no light. For without bad, we could not have good. And without hate, we cannot have love. However, it doesn't mean that we have to let it win. What it means is we have to keep up our side of the light so that the darkness does not overtake our 50%. Does that make sense? So God, I'm specifically sending out a prayer for all my friends. They're having seizures and getting banged up, and some people are alone, and some people don't have what they want and need to make their miracles happen. God, help us all to find a reason to be grateful every day. That we find a reason to celebrate something every day. God, please look after everybody. Please look after all the people that I love and care about, and the people that show up and come and visit, and let them feel my hugs when I send them out. Let them feel them. They're warm and squishy. And after 20 seconds, they're actually medicinally, Let love be our guiding light, God. Let us be vessels of your peace, examples of patience and tolerance and joy in the face of adversity and sometimes not having enough. But we'll find a way. Let us share that with the rest of the world, God, please. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Mazel tov. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Miigwech. Whatever your salutation is, whatever your faith is, let it shine. Because we know when we shine, we push back at the darkness. All right? Everything being equal and normal. What's today? Tuesday? I keep thinking it's Wednesday. See, this tramadol messes with me. We're going to be going in hopefully Thursday night doing the drive through that park thing. I will probably do my Thursday live stream and take you with us. How about that? All right. This is the Mrs. Wolfie. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, all of you guys, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. I got to go have a shower and hide the cookies.